YOLO composing gloves here.
And Jordan.
And we're finally back. We're going to do the second in this beginner series for FL. Today we're going to explore the piano roll. It's going to be very exciting.
Very exciting.
Jordan's also working on his own laptop now.
I am.
Further,
it's an upgrade.
Further excitement. Way big upgrade. Further excitement. So let's go ahead and go over to FL. And what we're going to do is, now you're in the basic template right now.
Yes.
And you'll notice that when you open it up, part of the basic template is they have this thing called the fruity limiter in the mixer. You see it down there on the last insert. Go ahead. No, not that. Oh, by the way, middle mouse click any value to reset it in FL. So you see how you move the master? Just middle mouse click. Now you know it's at the default.
Okay.
So that's because you don't want your master turned down on you.
Yep.
So you see how it says fruity limiter over here in the corner?
Yes. I see that.
Click that.
Okay.
And, oh, it looks like they turned, oh, middle mouse click that.
There we go. Free limiter.
Yeah, fruity limiter. It looks like they changed it. It used to be that there was a boost. You see this pink line?
Yeah.
You turn the gain up.
Well, maybe.
That's bad. You don't want that.
Okay.
It used to be on there by default. Now, do you remember how to delete the all that extra notes that we put in earlier to test stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Cool. So we're gonna talk about the piano roll. So before we talk about the piano roll, there's two flavors of the piano roll. There's the piano roll for, I view it for like drums.
Okay.
And when you're working with drums and stuff, like let's say we're gonna work with our default sounds here.
Sure.
And what we're gonna do is if you right click and go to piano roll, there are reasons why you'd want to do this. But when you want to write it notes, you always work on C5.
Always work on C5.
Okay. Some samples will be like sometimes you'll open a sample and it's gonna have it'll be offset. Something will be wrong.
Okay.
And if that ever happens, go ahead and click on the kick channel.
The kick channel. Got it.
Yeah, click on the kick channel. Go to this like little triangle shaped figure.
Okay.
This is a symbol for like automation and envelopes and like internal control.
Okay.
And so we click on that, and oftentimes there'll be a problem with this piano. So if you're having issues, it has to do with where this blue note is. Like for example, if I like right click and now you see how I've moved the note. Let's put it somewhere weird. Like I've moved this blue key up.
Right.
Let's have the whole.
Should I do that with you or just watch?
Just you can go ahead and just watch this.
Okay.
Occasionally you'll put it in a sample and it'll be all funky and it'll be all over. And if I put a note on C5, you see how like that sounds like totally wrong?
Yeah.
And if this note is like down here and I put it down, there's a little click. And that's a problem. Mm-hmm. And wait, and then make sure you're back on C5. But basically, just make sure your blue note is there. But this is where you come if you have problems with samples opening up funny. Like what you'll do is you'll preview it in here, and then you open it up and it sounds all weird. This is where you go to fix that.
Okay.
So when I was new, totally caught me all the time because I used a lot more samples as far as in this way. So anyways, when you're working at the piano roll, so let's go ahead. And normally though, you're not gonna wanna. So we're gonna save drums for another time. We'll talk about the step sequencer. But just so you know, C5 is the note to go. So let's go ahead and add a synthesizer. Remember how to add a synth?
Yes. Let me see. It was. I know it's in the channel rack. And I'm pretty sure it was one of these buttons. Wait, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, the little plus icon under the channels.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait. And then it was.
Which one? Oh, so there's two I really recommend.
Oh, it was
with.
Was it no?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was this one.
Go
right?
for citrus. Yeah,
Okay.
citrus is a good one. So that's citrus. It looks really intimidating, but it's an FM synthesizer, so it is kind of intimidating. But you can get a lot of great use out of it without ever even using synthesis. Cool. So what you're gonna do is right now it's already opened up to a preset. You got like this interesting preset. We're gonna go to right click on your presets.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh yeah, your tree display isn't on. So go down to the bottom right here and scroll all the way over. and you'll have tree display right there. Click that. And now right click on your on the arrows themselves, because that navigates your browser, like you see. So now we're gonna go to Bell.
Bell.
And one of my favorite presets when I was new was Dream Bell.
Dream Bell.
I've got double presets, gotta fix that. So this is the Dream Bell preset. Go ahead and audition it on your keyboard. You can use your typing keyboard. Oh, your keyboard lights up when you use it.
Wow.
That's fancy.
That's cool.
Mine doesn't do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, really cool sound. In order to stop it from ringing forever, you can hit this stop icon.
Where is it?
It's just the stop in the
stop.
playhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here.
You hit that, and what it does is it sends like a note off command to everything, and it'll just stop things. So if you've got ringing and you hit stop, it'll stop it.
Okay.
Which can be really nice. It can get old hearing the ringing all the time.
Nice.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use this sound to write our first melody. I'm going to bring my tempo down. So to do that, I'm going to bring it down up here. Now you know what tempo is.
Yes.
Beats per minute.
Beats
so
per minute.
I'm going to go for like a solid 80 beats per minute.
Okay. Where was that?
Right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right. I will match.
Now wait, where you click on this thing matters. So you see how you're hovering over these?
Yeah.
You're going to change it by like some super tiny amount. So you want to hover over the 8.
Over the 8.
Yeah, or over the 1. Those are the digits. So the digit you hover over, that's the one you're going to move.
So can I just type in?
Yeah, if you right click and then you go to type in value, you could type in a value.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice thing.
Cool. And then I'll just do 80.
Yeah, so I'm going to do 80. Now, if you're brand new to music theory, this is like black magic. So go check out a music theory course. But tempo is basically the speed of your track. So if I push play, and I got to be in pattern mode so we can see it here. That's the speed we're going through for one whole measure. Versus like a speed like, I don't know, 254.
Yeah.
Obscenely fast. That's like super fast for a measure.
Yeah, we're going now. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with 80, and that's what we're gonna work with.
Okay.
So now we're gonna go into the piano roll, and I want to steer away from like overloading you with just shortcuts and just all sorts of madness.
Okay.
Now your keyboard though, has that look is just, I don't know why they have this as the default. Because most people, I feel like that use this program aren't fluent enough with the keyboard. I play the keyboard and it still looks weird this way.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and change that again. You remember that's in the view. You go, yeah, and go to view, key labels.
Key labels.
And then you want all notes. All your notes are there. Well, it's not really all notes. It's all the white notes.
The white notes.
All the naturals. They lie. I think if you zoom in, no. Now, if you remember, quick refresher, holding control,
Yep.
push your mouse wheel and drag up down.
Woo.
That'll zoom you in and out. I normally don't say these out loud, so I might need to do some of these by muscle memory. And then if you hold control and scroll your mouse wheel, you zoom in and out to where your mouse wheel is at.
Nice.
And that's the two basic ways. Oh, and then if you middle mouse click and drag, you pan your view.
Yep.
And that is how I pretty much navigate all of FL.
That is cool. That's
And we
good.
talked about, you did marquee zooming last time, which also works. If you hold control and then right click and drag, you could zoom into an area. And then if you hold control and just right click, it'll zoom you back out to your whole selection. So let's write a melody now. So, of course, we need to think musically.
Yes.
That's like the big piece of advice. Too many people open this and they're not thinking musically. So I'm at 80. I'm picturing myself writing some sort of a waltz.
Okay.
Like boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum. Something, because I want to keep it simple.
Sure.
So a waltz is in 3/4, and we're in 4/4 right now. So to change this, I'm going to go, actually they added a, basically, come up here to this little icon right here.
Okay.
They just added this feature. Very needed feature. You click the one on the sequencer.
Oh, no.
So go ahead, go back to your piano roll.
Okay.
So click off that. Go to Dream Bell.
Yeah, where's that? Dream.
Well, there's a couple ways you could do this, but I'm just going to show you the way I'd probably do it, just out of habit.
Okay.
Well, I'd hit Shift Tab, see if it's still open.
All right.
So Shift Tab a bunch of times until you get the piano roll. There it
we
is.
go. Found
So
it.
it's still open. And then go to the little arrow down icon. There's a keyboard
Right
shortcut for, yeah, that one. Go to time markers.
Time markers.
And go to add time signature change. And which is apparently Shift-Alt-T.
All
And now we have our numerator and denominator.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want 3-4, right? Because
Yeah.
we're making a waltz. So I'm going to make mine 3-4. Accept. And it changes. This is amazing. You don't understand how amazing this is. Like, this was not a feature until like very recently. This is incredible.
Okay.
It used to be you had to set this for the entire track. Like you couldn't do like 3-4-4-4-3-4.
Sounds like a pain.
It was impossible. Well, that's why they added it as a feature.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna write a waltz. So I'm gonna put down on the downbeat and just a quick refresher. This like darker arrow marks or darker line. This marks the beats. So this one up here is the start of measure 1. This is the start of measure 2.
Yep.
And then these are like the 16th notes. So there's 4. It's been subdivided. We can change this to be something else by going to line and like selecting like a third step. And we could get like triplets instead. We could get divisions other than 4.
Ooh.
But we're going to leave it on line and cell because it usually makes the most sense.
Okay.
Well, for dance music. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down, I'm going to do C major, and then I'm going to like C, whoops, I have a chord tool on. Let me turn that off. So if you accidentally have a chord tool on, I'm going to go to none. There we go. Make sure I'm on my Dream Bell piano roll. Yeah, so you're on your kick. You see how up here it says kick, where mine says Dream Bell?
Yep.
Click that and go to Dream Bell. Now you're on the Dream Bell channel. Welcome.
I'm now in the club. Okay.
So yeah, that's we still haven't put in a note. This is crazy. So let's put in a note. We're here to write some music. So I'm gonna put in a C right there, and then I'm gonna do just downbeat. So C, and then on the next beat, I'm gonna have it play a major chord. So if I play it, I have this. And that tempo, see, this is why you want to know about that stop button. Stop all this ridiculous ringing.
All right. I'm gonna do something a little different.
Okay.
But let's see. So.
I'm going 1-5-1. You can't get more tonal than that. You're gonna get all jazzy on me or something.
Well, here. Let me see it. And then I'm gonna go back up to here. And I'm gonna go back down to the root. And that's gonna be it's gonna be a little pattern.
You're gonna have an extra beat.
Oh wait. Hold up.
You're in 3-4.
Oh, I'm in 3-4. So it's gonna be. Let me just. Oh, you're right.
You're thinking do 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 do. You're thinking about one of those.
Here. What about this? And then I'm gonna go up.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go.
Control scroll your mouse wheel to zoom out a little. It'll make it easier to see everything.
All right, control like that. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It becomes so intuitive. You'll just be like, oh, I need to see this.
And then it's gonna go down to here. It's gonna go here. So I'm gonna have. Yeah, and then I'll just repeat that.
Okay.
And that'll be my.
I'm gonna finish mine out. I'm gonna go C, and then okay. So I'm doing stuff without even explaining it. So okay, I've written some notes.
Yep.
I'd like to copy these notes because I don't want to put them down again.
Okay.
Like this. Like I could if I wanted, and if
Right.
you were in a lot of other DAWs, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
But we're in FL Studio, and FL Studio is known for its piano roll.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold Control and drag.
Yep.
That allows me to select a bunch of notes.
Okay. Control drag. I like that.
And then I'm going to hit Shift, and then I'm going to click and drag, and it clones those notes. Yeah, it's magic. There's another way to do this. So I had this like hip hop producer over for a while, and we were doing stuff, and he was always like Control B, Control B. Because if you hit Control B, it clones it. But as you see, it clones it to the last note. And you could change this with a selection. But I'm working with I'm always changing note lengths.
Right.
Because usually I'm writing stuff more complicated than hip hop.
Yeah.
So no offense to hip hop producers, it's just normally it's not all block notes. So I usually have some really small spaces in some spots. So I'm partial to selecting everything and then just shift drag.
Okay.
But if I wanted to, I could select a unit of time and hit Control B, and it will move it over to the end of that unit.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
I could do that too. And you hold Control drag just the same, and you hold Control D deselects.
Okay.
So you can do that too, if you're into that. A lot of people really like Control B. I use it all the time. It's just I've grown to use this other thing. If I'm writing like orchestral music, it's usually more consistent. So anyways, I said I was going to go to a G, and I'm going to keep these notes to be the same. So it's going to be like do 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 do, like really tonal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to repeat that. So now here I've got like 2, and I zoom out and I'd shift drag. But maybe that's like not as effective. Maybe I've got notes that are like really high up.
Right.
So what I would do is I'd select my unit of time and just Control B.
Okay.
And then I'd Control D to deselect.
All right.
And my I didn't explain it, but I lost my keyboard focus there for whatever reason and went to the browser.
Mm-hmm.
And I just clicked on this to get it back to this so that I could deselect.
Okay.
It's you'll get used to just flipping through. So now we have our basic chords. And I find it helpful to sometimes label them. On this one, I'm going to go ahead and change this to a G7. So I have a little wraparound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, how did you do that? Did you do that quickly?
How did I do this?
Or did you just moved it down to the G7?
So yeah, I selected the notes and I said, well, I'll go with the third.
Okay.
This is music theory, by the way. So if you're not good at music theory, I'm sorry. I have a course for it. I'm not gonna be explaining it though. Yeah. So I said I'll go with the 3rd and the 7th because the 5th is, who cares?
Yeah.
And then I wanted the G because I need the G repeated because it keeps the motif. I guess is what the rhythm. So now I have this, and now I need to write a melody on top. And some people will create a second dream bell and write a melody on a separate piano roll. And the reason they'll do this is they're going to swap it out for another sound maybe later or whatever.
Okay.
I'm not like that. I'm going to write it on the same friggin' piano roll because it's all in one. I can see the harmony right in front of me. You get used to seeing harmony in this too. So you've got sort of a different riff.
Yeah.
I'm really quick going to construct a melody. And so here I'm thinking, okay, I've got my like chords, and we'll talk about what these things are down here in a sec. Actually, let's do it now because I will show you something a little more advanced that's really helpful to know about.
Okay.
So here, I want my downbeats to be the loud, and I want these guys to be not as loud, right?
Yep.
So to make these not as loud, this is the velocity. The velocity is like how hard you hit a key.
Okay.
So if you on a piano, if you're like high velocity, high volume.
Right.
So basically, we're just gonna turn these guys down, and let me see how this sounds. And it just adds a whole degree of musicality to it. So dynamics are really important. So I'm just gonna go with that as my basic
All right. Well,
dynamics.
I guess I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Just drop these down a little bit.
Which notes are you gonna choose to lower though? Like, does it make sense for your phrase? But you could push the space bar and hear it, and then figure out like, oh, what would I want?
Okay. So.
So now you have to choose what do you want this phrase to do, and do you want it to be that loud at the very beginning? It's kind of like really loud. You're gonna have no room to get louder if you start that loud.
Okay.
So it's usually wise to start softer and turn up the volume as a whole than it is to have it just be that loud.
Oops. Okay. So here, then let's.
Yeah, it's the thing
Is there a shortcut for this?
Yeah, so if you want to adjust all the volumes at once, you can just right click and drag, and it will set them all to a particular. You're like drawing a line, so just right click drag. You got to right click drag on the
On the what?
Okay, let me demonstrate. So here, let's say I want these all to be like this level.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna right click and drag
Oh, okay.
like that.
Yeah. So.
You're clicking like in all these like unusual spots. Just click in an area that is. So you see how this guy has like. Someone once called them ostrich heads, and now all I see is ostrich heads. But you see how the length of the beak of the ostrich?
Yes.
It's the length of your node up here. So if I extend this node out, see how my ostrich head length gets like longer? So if you just click over that ostrich head length, it will affect all the nodes after it.
All right. So now, let me see. So I lowered all of them to relatively like the same. So now I can go.
Yeah, so now you know a lot more dynamic range, which is an important thing as a beginner. Don't to have everything be loud all the time because then you can't get louder. Like you don't even, since you're so new, you don't even know there was a war over this. There still is a war called the loudness war.
Okay.
It's a different sort of idea, but it's like should we make things as loud as possible? That's basically the question. Okay. Some people are like nah, and they give their reason. I'm on the nah side for the most part.
Well, I think dynamics is really important.
Well, you're a musician, so that would make sense.
Okay, so I think for now.
I agree. That's why I'm on the nah side.
Yeah. Well, you're a musician too.
It's really, really deep though. Like, I don't know. It's a complicated topic.
Yeah.
So okay, you're gonna do the upbeat thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the upbeat thing.
So I'm gonna write a quick melody over this. And so usually what I recommend recently is I'll sit down, I've got my chords, I'm gonna do 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 do, and think of a melody on top. Make it like complicated, really think it out. And then I want you to back it off to just its most simplest form.
Okay.
Because I find that's because then you have ideas for ornaments that can make it interesting. In a good melody, you should focus, for now, we're going to write tonal melodies. Mm-hmm. So, stick to the tonic and chord tones for the most part. Only choose non-chord tones on offbeat. So, for example, if I put a note C here, I could choose a D, but I want to stick to like a C, an E, or a G because it's in the chord C major. And I'm okay with extensions, but we're not going to use extensions as in reharmonization kind of stuff yet.
Cool.
I haven't even written
another chord yet. Mine's still in that C.
You can keep C the whole time. It could sound cool.
Well, yeah, but I kind of want to maybe go to some other chords too.
So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. So see, I'll sit here and I'll go, okay, I'm gonna write it up here in the second octave, and maybe you can come up here and you can like change the color. So maybe I'll change the color. This does other stuff, but for now, maybe we'll use it to identify it as a melody. So I'll write down a C, and because I've got my movement down here, the only other thing that I want to recommend it right now is you want a repeating phrase or idea.
Yeah.
So, because you don't want to be too repetitive. Like usually 3 is enough, but 2 works great too.
Okay.
That 2 works great too.
So how long should I extend this motif down here? This first one. How many bars?
I don't know. You like got all weird with. I guess you could view it as a 2-bar thing. So I mean, you go for 4 bars.
Sure. All right. So
for 8 bars in your case.
Okay, so then I would. So I could just do this here. I could do that, and then I can just do that. Oh wait, how do I move all this? Select.
You shift and then click drag.
Oh, okay.
You gotta click on the selected notes.
Okay, so shift, click,
drag. Nice.
And then, boom.
Yep.
Then wait for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Control D. Yeah, nice. So I'm gonna write in a melody real fast.
All right.
So I'm gonna go with a C here, and then maybe I'll go, bum bum. And then I'll do it again, bum bum. And I'll have this extend over the bar. Usually you don't do stuff like this. I'll stick to like just standard.
Should I write one in now too?
No, let's do it separately.
Okay.
So a melody is going to extend over this phrase.
Okay.
I'm explaining this for like people who
Yeah.
Like, because you played a bunch of music, so you're like, yeah, it makes sense. So a melody extends over the phrase. I've got this 3 repetition. I'm gonna do something different here, and this is gonna be the first phrase of my melody. So I'm gonna do 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 do, and then I'm gonna come to the G, and I'll go down to a B. Well, the B is the leading tone to the C, so maybe I'll go do. Something like that. Maybe I go. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with that. I like that. And then when you're writing, right? So I want to duplicate this, so I'm gonna duplicate this, and do the same thing, and then I'll write another phrase, and I'll develop this into what's called a sentence, or in this case, I guess it'd be a period, and then we put together what's called periods and form musical sentences. But anyways, there's my basic, the first phrase of my melody. What do you got? Go for it.
Okay, well, first I did something. I need to see if I did it right. So I went down to the 5 chord. So I don't see if I did that right. Then still the 1 chord. But wait. There. So so now it's just...
Yeah.
Okay, so... Stop.
Okay.
Alright, so now I gotta write a melody. So I was thinking... Okay. So I'm gonna start...
Don't go like too crazy, because we don't wanna go too long.
Okay, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna do like a simple thing.
Because I've seen what you like to do sometimes. It gets really crazy.
No. It's gonna be... I'm gonna do something simple. So it's gonna go... So quarter note is these 2, right?
Yeah, that's 1 beat. Yeah. Now this sound has a pluck to it. So even if you, like, check this out. This is a good thing to know. So you're writing it like a quarter note, like writing it out. Like this is going to really matter. And it will if you're going to convert to like a score or something, or use the MIDI.
Okay.
But if I play like a really short note, that's how long it is. If I play like a really long note, there's like almost 0 difference.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's because of the sound we're using. Now, if you're going to open this up, if you're going to take the MIDI and open it up in like Sibelius or Finale, then having it a quarter note length will be important.
Okay, so how do you change the color of the melody? I like that.
You come up here, you click on this little color. This, by the way, is the thing FL just excels at.
Okay.
Because these have other functions. Then you just pick your color.
I'll do hot pink. So then I'll get rid of that and then... Oh, what?
Now, okay. Get rid of that note.
Okay.
Or actually, put that note back down.
Okay. Oh, nope. There we go.
Okay, select the hot pink color you wanted. That actually turns on slide notes, so turn that off. Click on there, select hot pink. Now Control, select that note, and then hit Alt C.
Oh yeah.
Now it's pink. Yeah, it'll change all the notes you selected to that color.
Okay, so
someone in the comments of one of my videos told me, and it forever changed my life. Thank you. Whoever, I can't remember your name, but I still remember you told me that because it was a revelation. So there's a couple things that sort of stick out as red flags to me about this. When you play it, you're gonna be like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, and then wait a second. Oh no. And then this should go to...
Are you in the key of C?
I am in, yeah. And then it goes to G.
Oh, I guess that works.
Yeah, I mean, right?
A neighbor tone.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. I might change that, but I want to hear what it sounds like.
Because you're reasoning it's in the G major, so you're going to use the leading tone from G?
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
I still think you're going to have other weird...
I'm probably going to have lots
of
problems.
Go ahead, play it. You look mesmerized. I don't know what it is about this B to C thing.
Well, yeah, because
You're starting on the leading
tone. Yeah. So it gives it like some motion. Right?
Yeah. Actually, I think that sounds kind of cool. I like that.
But there's
do you
definitely
think this would be like how strong on the melodic scale would you rate your melody?
not well. I think it starts off well.
So what do you think are possible ways to improve it?
So it needs more repetition. It's kind of all over the place right now. And you said to write something and to make it simple, right? So think about something.
Right. So this is very asymmetric.
Yeah. So let's make it more. So I like this idea, like at the beginning. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I like that idea.
So then maybe here, I can do like. And then I could do the leading tone again, so I get rid of this.
Yeah, I probably don't need... The A seems sort of like, what's this A doing?
Yeah. So... And then maybe I could go down.
Yeah, I was hearing the same.
Yeah.
And so now, instead of it being a completely different phrase, it's really just an echo or a repetition of this idea.
Yeah, that sounds better.
And instead of going like up, down, you're doing it. But you have the same, like it looks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the C, you probably don't want that there because you want it to be sort of familiar.
Yeah, so this whole side needs...
Yeah, so we haven't looked at that side yet,
Yeah.
but go ahead and play it and just let's hear it. So go ahead, stop it. So like, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
So now there is a place for asymmetric melodic writing, but you call on other tools.
Yeah.
But we're not dealing with that's like other stuff. So what do you want to do with that second piece now? I feel like you've got more of a direction about what you're doing. So do. Whoa. I like the downward. You've got this descending thing. Yeah.
So maybe... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right?
You want to keep... Okay.
I like that.
Well, yeah, but you haven't heard it in context.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Go back to the second bar and play it from there.
From here?
No, that's the third bar. I meant third bar. So to move the play, Control Z. To move the playhead, just click on the timeline. Not that. The timeline is the thing below it. Yeah, just click that on the 3. You can just click there. It'll teleport you there.
Oh, it's a little dissonant right there.
Yeah. So,
And
this bit here, bum.
Oh, wait. What did I do? Uh-oh.
So you've got over here, you've got this da 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 da, or whatever those notes are. I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
And so then here you have sort of this step down, and it's it like makes sense, but I feel like you could do something better there.
Okay. So let's see.
Like a stronger core idea.
Maybe I go up.
Yeah, because over here you have this up-down thing going on. So
Yeah.
it'd probably be wiser to have like a down, up, down kind of thing.
Okay, so because I have this.
Yeah.
It just keeps
So
wanting to.
ominous.
Right, yeah, so now I'm going
So
down.
now I go do, bum, bum, something like that.
okay,
Yeah.
So then maybe.
That's just what I'm hearing. I mean, that could totally work. Some people, I mean, like, I think the other idea though would be stronger.
Okay, so you're thinking more on. I don't know if that would be
Not
too
that high.
high. Okay.
I mean, it could work. I don't know.
Or maybe we could do.
So the D, I'm picturing like, because you're on a G major, right?
Yeah, it's
so B, A, D. And then da, or like maybe go back to a B, or I don't know. Play back right there and see if we can hear another note. Da.
I'm kind of hearing like maybe go
up.
Yeah, going up, and then back down. So
And then so you get back to your starting point
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
make a little loop.
Sure. So I'll go. Oh my god. Wait, all right, here, let's play it.
Oh, I vibe what you're doing.
Yeah. Wait, I want to play from the beginning and just see like.
Okay. Hit the home key.
So
Oh, but now your play is at the beginning.
If
it's
okay.
not, if it's somewhere weird, if you hit home, which is this.
Oh, that. Because, yeah.
But for yours, I believe you have to hit function over.
Okay.
That triggers home.
Cool.
On mine, I have like a whole separate button.
All right, so let's see what we got here.
Oh, I feel like there should be a note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch that. Okay. All right. So also, I noticed another thing.
I love how we're using major sevenths at the beginning. That's so awesome.
So like here. I wish there was a note like in between these to segue these two ideas.
I like the breath.
You like the breath?
I like the breath.
Okay.
I think a lot of music. I know I have a tendency after hearing something a couple times
To like want to change it.
to want to put things there.
Okay.
I really think you should leave it. I think it gives air to your space.
I will follow your advice since you are the composition major.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I do?
I feel like there should be a note that bridges here. If there were to be a note, because it sounds like you go up,
So like maybe.
and this could be like an echo, I guess.
Yeah. So, what does it do down here?
Well, that's your backing.
And then
Listen to the shape of your melody. Play back from the previous measure, measure 4.
measure 4. Okay, wait for it. Right?
Yeah. See, it sounds like there should be a dun dun dun.
Yeah,
Go back to the D or
So,
something,
wait.
or the B or something. A chord tone. Maybe a lower. Try B. How does B sound?
Okay, we'll see. I actually like.
Or G.
Yeah,
G might
I
be
was thinking
okay.
G too.
Yeah,
Right? Or
I like G.
no, wait.
It's kind of far.
What about A? That's.
But A is not a chord tone though.
I know, but. All right, so.
I
let's
mean,
see.
it could be cool, but
Well, we'll check it out. So-
we're leaving general.
Well, we could. Okay, so this is a D. So all right, it's the fifth, right, of that. So what if we did like, but because a D is like DFA, so you do the 5.
Well, I hear bum 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 bum. That's what I hear. Yeah, do you hear? And then back to the D.
Yeah.
Bum bum. No.
Oh,
no,
you mean
lower.
B.
Bum bum.
So
Yeah, I'm tripping.
You're hearing that. This is what you're hearing. Hold up. You're going.
Bum bum bum. Yeah. Try playing back from the. I feel like it completes.
Okay. So from.
More, I don't know. You gotta zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
And go from measure 2, so we get the beginning of the phrase. And then those 2 notes, get rid of those.
These two.
I think you should have a boo boo, but it should be at like later.
Okay.
And maybe not be in F sharp.
Yeah.
I mean the F sharp, it kind of, I don't know. I'm not digging the F sharp.
Okay. So. I need to see how
For
far.
what we're laying
Yeah,
down.
I need to see how far my idea stretches. Okay, so we have. I'll listen to it one more time.
If you control right click, it'll zoom you out to see everything. Click again. There you go. That's every note.
Okay, so what about?
I don't know about that. Na 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 na. Na. You can do maybe end on like a and just drag out, but not immediately after. Like hold that off till like beat. Oh, you're gonna do a whole phrase.
Oh wait, hold up. Wait, what about?
All right. I mean, there's a lot of things we could do.
All right, here. I'm gonna do that. Wait, maybe. And then. All right, that's simple.
All right. Play it back. Now we've got like. I mean, if it's the end of a phrase and you're gonna use this as like a scale kind of passage. Yeah. The B.
Maybe we could.
What are the notes against that? You have a C
Oh.
right there.
What if
so
I-
you
what if
might
I-
change the harmony
Yeah.
from a C
Hold up.
to like a B.
All right, let's see.
I didn't look at that earlier. And maybe change this one to a B, see what that does.
Okay. Oh, so to the third.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That actually.
Because you're getting that minor second,
Yeah,
that's what's
yeah.
causing the problem.
It almost sounds like 4/4 over 3/4.
I like this one as a C, this first one. And it's not a big a deal because you're going to a D, so it
Yeah.
sounds like like an add 2 kind of deal.
Yeah.
And this one is the B, definitely sounds a lot better.
All right, cool. I guess that's my first composition in FL.
Cool. So let's do something really simple to sort of top it off. Let's open up another sound and sort of make some nice just underlying chords.
Okay.
So first, this is in the pattern. So we want to see this in the playlist.
Yep.
So just click on the playlist to add it there. Oh, okay.
Oh wait, where is it? What'd you call it?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
So close the piano roll. You're done with that for now.
Goodbye.
Actually, wait.
wait.
Pause. One more thing. So you see, you might want your melody. Your melody would make sense to have dynamics.
Yeah.
Right. We're not going to add dynamics right now because this is going to take a while.
Yeah.
But basically, if you try to change the dynamics right now, you're going to change all the other ones too, which is a problem. So what you can do is if you select just those notes,
Okay.
only those dynamic levels will change. See how these other ones stay the same?
Yes, I see that.
So I'm able to go boom, move them around. Maybe I want this to be a little louder, and this to be softer, and this to be louder, and this to be something like so that the one has a sort of ebb to it. I don't know. So maybe I want that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it. And I just clicked off of it, so the window's still open, but you could just close it too. It's the same difference. The X on the
right here.
yeah, that's the now you've closed that. Now click on the sequencer.
Okay.
The sequencer.
Yep.
And just place your pattern down, put it at the top corner.
Hold up.
Okay, so if you place it down, you can just click and drag and move it around. It's better than like trying to nail it every. it's gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's add something simple underneath our notes. So what I'm gonna do is, if you go to your browser and go, just a sec, I'm gonna close this. Go down to the sound fonts folder.
Sound fonts. Okay.
Yeah. You have a string ensemble.
Yep.
Click and drag that onto your channel rack.
Boom.
Don't jeez. Okay, so man, this plugin doesn't have a 64-bit version. You can't. Okay, good to know. I guess it won't work I did not know this. Okay, so one thing is this is a move that move you just did, you cannot undo with Control Z.
Uh-oh.
So
how do I undo
if you've made a patch and you do that, you're screwed.
Oh.
So just so you know, don't do that. So wait, now this one's an easy because it was a preset.
All
That's
right.
also why you might want to save presets, or you could go into a backup because it's been auto saving in the background and go back. You might lose some work, but sometimes it's worth it to get your patch back.
So did I just delete everything I just put down?
No. All that's still there. You've changed the sound.
Oh.
So let's say you spent all this time designing a sound, and then you accidentally do that. This is game over.
Okay.
So there might be a way to undo it, but as far as in my experience, that's an undoable move. So go ahead, right, and just replace it with a citrus. So right click on it, go to replace, select citrus again, and then select the Dream Bell patch from Bells again. See if you recall where the presets are.
Don't tell me. I know where they are. Presets.
Well, okay, they're there, but that's not where we went the first time.
But I could still
We
find
went
it.
up over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Oh, wait.
yeah.
Okay. And then it's Bells. What was
Mm.
Bell? Which Bell was it? Ballerina?
It was Dream Bell, but you could try out different sounds. They're all cool.
Dream Bell. Got it.
Cool. So now you can close that. So in this case, crisis averted. Sometimes no crisis. So since this ensemble doesn't work, I want to use some like strings or something. So you don't have this, but I'm gonna add something.
All right.
I'm gonna go to this is I guess I kind of always wondered what other people use. So I'm gonna add an instance of Contact, which is not a plugin made by FL.
Well, I'm gonna pick something then.
I'm gonna add some strings to this.
Boo bass. Oh, no.
You gotta explore, man. Yeah, find out what your options are. Okay, I'm gonna add some session strings to it,
A patcher, maybe a patcher, maybe like a color mapper.
and
I don't know. I'll add harmless.
so this is a sampler. If you're new, this is kind of like something that you probably need to save up for. I have a custom patch built here, but I am not going to use that. I'm going to just use the straight up.
Ooh, Gladiator.
Sustain.
I don't know what that is. Cool.
I'm just going to whip this out real quick. So, there's one other thing I want to do here. I'm going to automate the volume. So I added a little volume automation. We'll talk about this stuff in due time. But basically, I added some strings. I think they sound nice underneath.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
And what I'm going to do is, this is like really loud, right? It's like too loud. So I'm going to turn the volume down on this guy. I could think of a bunch of things to add. Like I could just go nuts at this point, but it'd be all orchestral,
Yeah.
which is you're not set up to do that. So,
All right, so-
we're not gonna do that.
All right. So now let's say I picked Gladiator, so I thought that sounded cool, so I want to add that. So
Okay,
So do I go?
click on Gladiator,
Okay.
and this is a preset.
Yeah.
So if we play it, that's the sound you're gonna add.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you gonna do with it?
I have no idea yet. So do I go back to the piano roll?
Yeah, so you're gonna go into Gladiator's piano roll.
Okay. How do I do that?
So go ahead and close. This is actually now Gladiator is a preset
Okay.
of Harmless. So now you're gonna go into the piano roll of Gladiator. You remember how to get to the piano roll?
Yes. You click the piano, right?
No, that's not that.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Let me remember. No, that's not how you do it. Wait for it.
You're on the trail.
I'm on the trail.
Yeah, you don't want to click on that though.
Wait for it.
You left clicked.
Oh, okay, wait. Piano roll. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
So
about.
now you're in the piano roll for the harmless patch gladiator.
Okay.
And so those notes that you see, those are the notes on the other channel.
So this is what we laid down before.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I can click anywhere in between here and add notes? Or...
Yeah, you can start drawing notes on the grid.
Cool. All right. So now I'm going to... All right, this is... So I have... You know...
No, this is how a lot of first compositions sound.
You're probably banging your head against the wall right now.
Nah, dude.
There we go. No.
So, I think you're overwhelming the listener. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of things we could talk about with something like this. Just as far as, because you went for the upbeat kind of thing, but I think you've stepped outside of the style. Part of it's the sound you picked. It's just.
Well, I didn't know what that sounded like.
Yeah, I know. That's when you read Gladiator. I was like, oh, this would be interesting. And so, yeah, there's you'd be surprised the number of compositions. Like my first composition sounded about the same. Like,
Yeah.
almost everyone when they start out, unless they've had some sort of like musical background already and have seen people work with these things. So, but like for example, this is asymmetrical, like big time asymmetrical. It's also like your bass. So this is setting the inversion of every chord. And so it's just screwing all sorts. It doesn't sound connected or related to the top line.
Yeah.
Like those are all things that if we took into consideration, I think this would be changed. But I also think you slightly did this just because you're like, this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
So,
maybe a little bit.
For the thrill. Yeah, so that's cool. Like, yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting. You were very specific about where things were.
Yeah.
Like, upbeat, it's gotta be this note. That's good. You want to keep that. Because as you go later on, one of the things that sucks is not knowing what to do next. So this sort of keeps you like on. I feel like it helps keep people on track.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
So we wrote some stuff, and that's that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And have a blessed day.